pleasant good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for being here this evening. Today is a very special day for us at Republic Bank as we launch the second round of Five for Fun cricket tournament right here in St. Lucia. I would like to acknowledge officials from the Ministry of Sport, from the St. Lucia National Cricket Association, our General Manager, Ms. Fidela Haynes, for Business and Retail Banking. You students are welcome, and of course our coaches, members of the media, invited guests. Republic Bank prides itself in working with the communities at every level. We are the major sponsor, and in fact this year have been coined the title sponsor of the CPL T20 games, a big achievement for the bank. But before we even reach at CPL, we have to make sure that cricket is instilled in our youth from a very tender age. And hence the reason we partnered with Cricket West Indies and the St. Lucia Cricket Association to ensure that we introduce a program called Five for Fun for sustainability of the sports for years to come. So once again, thank you for coming, and we hope to have a very informative evening and looking forward to your support. So at this juncture, I would like to call on Mr. Sean Alcindor, who is the operations manager of the St. Lucia Cricket Association, to give us some opening remarks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mitchell. Let me recognize some of the people here. Mrs. Haynes, the General Manager, Retail Business, Director Clivus Jules, Acting Director of Sports in the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, my young men and women from Bocage Primary School and Miku Primary School, and of course the coaches. Welcome all of you to the opening of the Five for Fun program in St. Lucia. St. Lucia, I must point out, was the first island to host the Five for Fun when it was first launched, I believe, 2 years ago, in the middle of COVID. So St. Lucia piloted the program, and the other islands have copied what we've done. So we want to continue doing the wonderful things that we have done with the Five for Fun program so that Republic Bank can see the excellent work that we're doing so that they'll continue to fund the program and increase their funding over the next few years. Cricketers, I want to remind you that there's a life that can be developed through cricket. You learn discipline, you learn teamwork, you learn resilience, you learn a lot of different things by playing cricket, by playing sports in general. So I want you to make the best of these opportunities that you have so that you will develop as a more holistic individual. Mr. Mitchell, in my cricketing career, I was not an opening batsman, so I will not stay too long. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alcindor. And Mr. Alcindor just mentioned that the other islands have copied what we have done here in St. Lucia. Now, this project was piloted in 2021, as you said, under the COVID circumstances. Now that we are a little bit free up, we expect a lot more this year. Last year, the program, because when we launched the program in 2021, we committed to rolling out this program across the region. And so last year we had a successful rollout in Guyana. Now we're doing it here in St. Lucia again, and St. Kitts is next in line. So we are keeping to our commitment to ensure that we roll out this program throughout every operating territory within the region. So thank you again. At this juncture, I would like to call on my General Manager, Retail and Business Banking, Ms. Fidela Haynes, to give some remarks on behalf of Republic Bank.
Good afternoon, everyone. And please permit me to adopt the protocol which has already been established. I want to welcome you to our premises here in Castries. The Five for Fun Cricket Initiative is being launched today, and I am thrilled to be a part of it. This project was initially introduced as a pilot program right here in St. Lucia in 2021, as you've already heard, and it was intended to expand to other territories. In its second year, in 2022, the program was successfully launched out in Guyana, and now we are building on those successes with a second run in St. Lucia, which will be followed by a launch in St. Kitts and Nevis. I believe that Five for Fun offers a unique opportunity for the communities to come together and engage in healthy and fun-filled activity. Cricket is a sport that holds much significance in the Caribbean. It represents a shared cultural heritage and thus serves as a significant source of national pride and identity for us. It is evident everywhere in the Caribbean, from the Caribbean Premier League, CPL, to the school playgrounds where children learn the game. Cricket is a sport that brings everyone together, regardless of social class, sex, age, or background. Notably, Republic Bank has been playing an essential role in supporting the game's development in the region, providing financial and other resources for different levels of the cricket game. Through various initiatives, both at the professional and grassroots level, the bank aims to not only support the sport's growth, but also to promote the values of fair play, respect, and teamwork that the game represents. The bank recognizes the value of the sport and is committed to supporting its development for future generations. Five for Fun Cricket will be key in allowing our children the opportunity to build fundamental life skills with the possibility of continuing their cricket craft as a career, which is something important and tangible. And just this afternoon, I heard some of the young ladies there telling me about how they want to go into professional cricket, and of course, I encourage them. The bank's involvement in various cricket-related activities in the Caribbean has served as a testament to its commitment to social responsibility and community development. In addition to its financial contributions, the bank, along with its stakeholders, serve as a role model for the youth through engagement in different aspects of the game development, including training coaches, providing education on the spirit of the game and its values, and promoting good sportsmanship amongst players and fans. The passion that cricket ignites within the Caribbean people is unmatched, and for good reason too. It has been an essential aspect of our culture for so many years. The sport has served as a uniting factor for people across the region, and the bank's involvement with the sport serves as a reminder of its value. It enables young people to be involved in an activity that not only builds their expertise and develops their abilities, but also allows them to connect with others and learn valuable life skills. Five for Fun will continue to promote the engagement of the 5 top zonal teams participating in a festival final, with each team comprising of 5 players competing in a 2 innings or 5 overs per innings format of the game that is rooted in fun, inclusion, and equality. Each Five for Fun game involves 5 players per team, playing 5 6-ball overs each. A batter faces an over from a single bowler. If a batter is out, he or she will face his or her allotted over, but 3 runs will be deducted from the team score. Those are the rules. Inclusion and equality. Elements of the game are reflected in the fact that each team must include at least 2 girls and 2 boys, and that all have an equal opportunity to bat, bowl, and field. This ensures that everyone gets a chance to participate fully in the game, regardless of gender or skill level. The key stakeholders involved are excited about giving our children the opportunity to play and learn the game in a fun and safe environment. My sources have confirmed that the children are also excited about the project and can't wait to showcase their skills during the first stage of matches at the zonal preliminaries. As I conclude, I would like to say special thanks to all of the people who continue to make Five for Fun possible. The team at Cricket West Indies, the coaches who give of their time and continue to work closely with the children, the parents and guardians for all that you do to support your children and their participation in this event, members of the media for using your voice to highlight this event. Finally, thank you to our future cricket superstars. I know they will soak up every aspect of this experience, and I wish them a safe and enjoyable time filled with all the fun and excitement that the game has to offer. Now let's continue to make progress and work together to promote the values of fun, inclusion, and equality in cricket and in our communities. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fidela, for your very comprehensive remarks. I think for someone who hearing about this for the first time has a very good understanding as to what to expect, what Five for Fun is about. So thank you so much for that. At this point, I would like to call on Mr. Cleavers Jules, the Acting Director of Sports, to give us what we call the coach's perspective on the games.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mitchell. General Manager, Mrs. Haynes. I see in the audience the first Vice President of the SLNCA, Mr. Donald Dave Albert. I'd like also to recognize Mr. Sean Alcindor, the hard-working Operations Manager of the St. Lucia Cricket Association. Of course, other officials from Republic Bank, members of the media, and I want to recognize Mr. de Beauville as well as Ms. Alexander from Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, coaches, and most importantly, the participants of the Five for Fun program. This afternoon, it's the second time I've been in the bank after hours, and I'm beginning to like coming into the bank after hours, because every time I come into the bank after hours, it's success and excitement for me. The first time I came after hours was to really close off a mortgage, and now I'm here after hours and we're closing off, we're launching Five for Fun. So after hours working out for me. So Ms. Haynes, I'd like to come in after hours from here on in. I think it's working out for me. Ms. Haynes would have captured some of the key things I wanted to touch on and the significance of cricket to our communities. Cricket, more than being historically important and socially important, has now a lot of economic benefits to our young ones. And in the last year or so, in fact this year, from the ending of last year into this year, St. Lucia has won most of the, if not all of the sub-regional, or most of the sub-regional cricket competitions that we've hosted and participated in. We've won the under-15 cricket, and thankfully so, I'm sure some of the kids from the Five for Fun, and before that, what Scotiabank, who now became Republic, sponsored, participated in those programs. So the value of these programs cannot be understated here. Cricket and the Five for Fun program is very, very important to us. And of course, cricket has brought people of the region together more than any other sport. And again, cricket is doing it here today. It's bringing the Ministry of Sports, the Ministry of Education, the Cricket Association, and Republic Bank, who's the corporate sponsor, coming on board, coming together to make it happen for our young people. So I think that's something that deserves a round of applause as well. The Ministry of Sports continue to provide support for the development of cricket, and we do so through collaboration with the SLNCA and, of course, the schools. We continue to run cricket programs, but we still throw a lot of support behind the Five for Fun. And I'm speaking from experience. I have been a coach of the Five for Fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it again this year. I'm not sure that my time and the recently achieved position will allow, but nevertheless, I am still a friend of Five for Fun and will continue to support Five for Fun and the role that it plays, the fun that it brings, the introduction of the game in a very, very meaningful and fun way. Children who never play excited to be part of it. And we're losing that in our sport in general. And I'm happy that Republic Bank has seen it fit. We piloted it here in St. Lucia, and I was part of the pilot program, and it was an overly exciting program. And this year, I'm sure it's going to be 100 times, if not more, better than it was when we did it the last time. So I'm happy. For one, the t-shirt's looking better for sure. So we're starting on a good footing, and I'll be happy to provide. The Support Ministry of Sports will be providing support in any way that they can, and we stand resolute to continue to do so. So I want to thank the Republic Bank for throwing their monies where their mouths are, continuing to give and develop the cricket in St. Lucia and, of course, in the wider region. And we have spoken of the meaning of cricket to us as a people, what it stands for. It really is the institution that helped liberate us back in the day when everything else failed. Cricket as an institution was what brought that final liberation. It's the time when we conquered. I remember in the 50s, I read about it, I was not there, but when we conquered England in cricket, it meant that we were truly free because, hey, we could beat the masters. And which is why this journey is so important to us as a ministry and the whole country by extension. So I want to thank Republic Bank for that. I want to thank you. I want you to encourage your peers to continue to participate in this program, to continue to engage in sports. And of course, I want you to pay attention to the final F in what's written on your shirt, because this is most critical. It's 5 for fun. I want you to have loads of fun. I will be having loads of fun watching you engaging in a fun activity. So, of course, with that being said, I'd like to play around in the wicket for some time, but this afternoon I'm sure is not an opportunity to stick around for test match. It's 5 for fun, so we're going quick. And I'd like to thank you for the opportunity and, of course, continue to support the 5 for Fun program. Thank you so much.
Let me acknowledge the presence of the representatives from Republic Bank, the acting director of sports at the Ministry of Education, at the Ministry of Sports, the teachers, coaches, the media present, the students who will be participating in the 5 for Fun. I must say I wore the color blue, not knowing that I would have been here, but it looks fitting, right? With what is behind me, the blue looks perfect, like I'm in full support of the Republic Bank and the 5 for Fun. Let me say I am here this afternoon as the Vice President of the St. Lucia National Cricket Association, and I could also be representing the Ministry of Education, which is not here this afternoon, because I am actually the physical education specialist at the Ministry of Education. And I can more than certainly say, please don't record that, I can more than certainly say that the Ministry of Education is definitely behind an initiative like the 5 for Fun. And I am sure the minister, who was a cricketer himself, would be happy to see something happening, because I'm sure he's participated in cricket at a tender age, which got him to play as far as much as representing the Windward Islands. So I'd like to express my appreciation to Republic Bank in their efforts to continue that program after 2 years, coming back with this program with the endorsement of the St. Lucia National Cricket Association, the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, and I suppose the Ministry of Education, who are responsible for our schools in St. Lucia. So it is a program that will take us very far. Let me echo the words of the Director of Sports, who mentioned the distance that this cricket can take us. The SLNCA, with its limited funding that I know of, I speak a lot to the treasurer, we have very limited funds, would most probably not be able to have an initiative like this for our young persons on island. And it's a very good step leading up to our under-15s and even younger persons who could represent the SLNCA and St. Lucia at the youth level, at the regional tournaments. And they have made us proud over the years. St. Lucia has been one of the top countries in the Caribbean when it comes to the youth level cricket. I speak of the under-19s and under-15s. So much so that we have had the past 2 captains of the West Indies team being both St. Lucians, in the persons of Hakim Ogis and Kimani Melius. All right, and that is outstanding. And I'm sure these persons came from it was kiddies cricket before, and I'm sure these persons participated in the Scotiabank kiddies cricket, and now it's the Republic Bank 5 for Fun. I'm sure we will see females and males representing St. Lucia and the Windward Islands and the West Indies by extension in the tournaments coming out of the Republic 5 for Fun. So I am sure we will take a database over the years. We will make sure we take a database, and when it happens, you will remember that Mr. Albert came up here and said that we would have persons from the 2023 edition representing St. Lucia, the Windward Islands, and the West Indies coming out of the 5 for Fun program. All right, once again, I would like to thank Republic Bank for coming on board with the program once again. And do I have to declare it open? I would like to declare the festival, the tournament, or 5 for Fun in general, open up in St. Lucia and set the trend for the rest of the islands and territories to come. You know we are the best at doing that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Albert. As we come to a close, I would like to thank you all for being here this evening again. Thanks again. And also make mention, special thanks to Cricket West Indies, St. Lucia National Cricket Association, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Sport. These are our key stakeholders. Thanks to the media, because I'm sure coming out of this, the media has a role to play in making sure that persons are aware of, as to what's happening, when the games are happening and that kind of thing. So thanks to all key stakeholders for making this possible. And of course, Republic Bank is definitely pleased to be supporting this, being a partner, being a pioneer of this together with CWI. And so we are very honored to be doing this throughout the region. So thanks again, and we look forward to an exciting season this year, and looking forward to next year.